Namaste. A very good evening. Today, June 5, we are celebrating World Environment Day. So I wish all my well wishers and my friends, companions, all my brothers and sisters, my mother and partner from the world, a very happy and prosperous World Environment Day. Greetings, June 2026. Namaskar, namaste. A very good evening. Let's see, man, the matter, man, my commander, my luggage, and happy and prosperous World Environment Day. Greetings, June 2026. Latamna, namaste. A very good evening. Lakum Adangimar, Anamarangchimar, Lakum Hidan Yapiam Prosperous, World Environment Greetings June 2026. सभी देशवासियों को नमस्कार जी, नमस्ते, वेरी गुड इवनिंग सभी भाई बहनों सभी विद्यार्थी को हैप्पी प्रॉस्परस वर्ल्ड एनवायरनमेंट डे greetings June 2026. Now let me come to the point. Why we are celebrating World Environment Day? Because environment is made up of biotic and abiotic things. What is biotic things? Biotic thing is nothing but living animals, for example plants, living things, for example plants and animals. Non-biotic things include sun, air, water, land. So the environment consists of both biotic and abiotic things. Right? So in the year 1972, the United Nations passed a resolution to celebrate the next year, the preceding year, in 1973 onwards, June 5th should be celebrated as the first World Environment Day. So from 1973 onwards, the first Environment Day is celebrated on June 5th. Today we are celebrating the World Environment Day. What is the theme for the World Environment Day? June 6th, 2006. Inspired by nature for climate for our future. Inspired by nature. Inspired by nature for climate for our future. Inspired by nature for climate for our future. That is the theme. What is the inspiration you get from the nature? What kind of inspiration you get from the nature? Because if you go to hill stations, you can see mountains, plateaus, valleys, from where the river originates. To have a good source of drinking water, we need a river. To have the rivers, we should have the mountains, plateaus, valleys. Why we need these plateaus, mountains and valleys? That's a question you may ask. Because the mountains has to hit the clouds by which the cloud gets burst and starts raining. After it starts raining only, the water flows from the valleys to the mountains, to the terrains, and reaches the lower portion where the human beings live. So it's the most important thing. You should protect the mountains, especially if you are staying, I am staying in India. You have to protect the Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, Aravalli Range, Himalayas, then all kinds of mountains which you get an inspiration for the rain. You know, there are two types of rivers, one is perennial river and non-perennial rivers. Perennial river, you will get water throughout the year. Non-perennial rivers, you don't get water throughout the year. That's why we are building dams near the non-perennial rivers. Inspired by nature for climate for the future. For climate means to maintain the climate. What the climate you think? Say, this time in Kerala, South India, there was a heavy heat, more amount of temperatures. Why this temperature is coming? More amount of deforestation is taking place. What is deforestation? All the plants in are being cut and more urbanization. What is urbanization? You are making more and more small cities by which where it was more greenery, the green is being cut, and you are planting that. You are making malls, shopping malls. You are making so many flats by which the trees are getting disappeared. So after making this flat, you are not planting a sapling. So on the World Environment Day, each and every individual, whether you are an Indian or a foreigner, whomsoever it may concern, it is duty of each and every Homo sapien, human being, man or woman, boy or girl, male or female, has to plant a sapling on this World Environment Day. That must be the attitude of each Homo sapien, because you are being a human being, right? You are being a human being. It is the duty of a human being, a Homo sapien. It can be a male or female, a boy or girl, whatever gender it may be. Sometimes you not be a boy, you not a girl. So, it is none of the business. But it's a duty to plant a sapling on the World Environment Day, by which so many forests which have been cut by deforestation. You could start afforestation. You should plant the trees. Am I right? That should be the aim of the World Environment Day. That is why the theme is inspired by nature for climate for our future. Say, then you are using more amount of ACs, inverters, fridge, which what they are doing, they are sending this carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, which makes the ozone layer depletion. What is the ozone layer depletion? The ozone is a special protection given by the Almighty God to avoid the ultraviolet radiation entering into the Earth's surface. If you are using more amount of AC, inverter, fridge, this carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide goes into the atmosphere, by which the ozone layer gets depleted, means ozone layer becomes a big hole by which you could get so much amount of ultraviolet radiation into the earth, by which all the Homo sapiens skin will get affected. So it is a duty to avoid using the fridge, more amount of fridge, more amount of inverters, more amount of ACs. Okay, instead you plant trees and sit under the tree. You understand what I mean? That is what they said, inspired by nature for climate for the future. Then what is the future you mean? See, if there is no plateaus, no mountains, no valleys, then there will be no heating of the clouds on the mountains. There will be no rain. If there is no rain, from where come the water comes? If there is no rain, how this well, this bore well, this submersible well, underground well, how it gets charged if there is no rain? So it is a duty for the future to avoid destroying the mountains, plateaus, valleys, which is created by the Almighty God, for making more amount of shopping malls, more into the houses. You are destroying this. Western Ghats, Eastern Ghats, Aravalli Range, Sahyadris, then Himalayas, Himalayan mountain, all kinds of mountain regions that get destroyed for the Homo sapiens selfishness. Understand? More amount of destruction that was happened in Kerala, South India. This time, the February, March, April, May, the heat, the temperature was so much high, which no one can ever predict. Because why this happened? Because of the destruction of more of the Western Ghats. That's why. Otherwise, you don't have so much of heat like this. So that is what the theme says. What the theme says is by nature for climate for the future. the future generation, future Homo sapien has to exist in this world. It is the duty of each and every individual or Homo sapien, whether he is a human being, is a man or woman, male or female, boy or girl. It is your duty to protect the environment, conserve the nature, protect the ecosystem, conserve the biotic system, and that's what a small kind of help you can do to the nature. Just plant a sapling, that will do. Understand what I mean? That's what on the World Environment Day, all schools and colleges, all clubs, all all government officers, all private officers, they used to plant a sapling on this World Environment Day. That is the duty of each and every Homo sapien. If you want the future, if you want future, you have to do this. Otherwise, no human being, whomsoever may concern, man or boy or girl, if you are a rich person or a poor person, if there is no water, how you survive in this world, God? Just think. Simple thing. That's why on this World Environment Day, let the Homo sapiens, the human beings, male or female, boy or girl, okay, you take an oath that you will plant this sapling on the World Environment Day and you start conserving the nature, preserve the soil. Why you are saying preserving the soil? How to preserve the soil? Plant more trees. Thereby soil erosion can be prevented. That's why if you go to the sea side, there will be more amount of coconut trees has been planted near the seaside. Why? The soil must not be eroded into the sea. To protect the soil erosion, to conserve the nature, to protect the biosystem, you need to plant so many trees. So let me conclude the topic. So it is the most important thing was done by the United Nations Security Council in the year 1972 to celebrate from 1973 June 5 onwards as the World Environment Day. So we are celebrating this Environment Day on in the year 2026, June 5. So I wish all my well-wishers, all my subscribers, all my friends, companions, all Homo sapiens, men, woman, boy, girl, who subscribe to my channel, who view my channel, thanks for supporting me. A very happy and prosperous World Environment Day greetings, June 2026. That's all for today. Shubhratri, Shubha, good night. Take a seat. Bye.